that's what I remember. But I don't know very much. I'm not very good, so.
Hey, just play whatever. Just play whatever.
Maybe I'll go back to some clean stuff. Do some chords. See, this is the problem when you change this over. It's like some random stuff. Right, there we go. That's what I can remember from Seasons with Her. So I still got the picking. It's never left.
How much did you last play?
7 years. I used to remember what was it?
Hallowed be thy name.
No. I tried learning Iron Maiden and some Metallica stuff. I can remember this bit. But then I can't remember that. It's like bum bum bum. Bum yeah. So. And then Disturb the Indestructible is like. It's also, the thing is with metal that we use a lot of open strings. So like open is like nothing. And you palm mute it, so it's like. So this is open. Palm muted. So then it becomes like more chunky. It's like. Rammstein's apparently this, like Du Hast, it's like.
Yes.
It's so easy, it's like 3 power chords. That's it, it's just like bum 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 bum. I think you have to do alternate picking though, so it's like. Anyway, go back to the chord shit. That's what we need to practice more. Turn all this shit up and then down, because for some reason it was go back to normal. Turn this up a bit. What do the other pickup sounds like now? This one. Yeah, because you've got 3 pickups. So you've got the switch here, control, so this is to the middle. So it's using both. If I flick it up to this one, it's using this one mostly. If I flick it back to the back one, it's using the back one mostly. That's just even messing around with stuff like that, you can play around. Vary it, yeah. And then I'm not used. I do have like a proper FX kit, but to be fair, the effects on the amp alone are pretty good. I mean, I remember paying £80 for this years ago, and it still works. I'm surprised all of it still works. Strange, isn't it?
Do you remember Dan from, maybe you don't remember, from Karate?
Yeah, I remember.
He has like 4 amps he's selling on like Facebook or whatever. He must have had those amps for like bloody years. So
yeah, I had a 100 watt that I think my dad paid like 200 for it, and it was just too big. It was like I don't know why I took someone's advice on that. I was just like, why am I buying such a big amp? But then again, I was such a noob. I had no idea about guitars, amps, anything. And this guy was like, yeah, buy this guitar and buy this amp. And I was like, okay, I just did it. But this guitar, to be honest, like it's not bad, but I think it's seen better days. It's like the electrics went on it, and my dad had to solder it. I think I think these need replacing.
Well, you've not used it in like 7 years.
I think a lot of it needs replacing. No. To be honest, I've been looking at some guitars, and it's almost the same price as like a brand new electric drum kit. So I'm just like, I may as well just get the electric drum kit and keep this and just practice this a little bit. But I want to get on drums. Like, it just seems so much fun to just hit stuff.
Well, you do like the bongos as well, mate.
The bongos broke, but
that's at the beginner level. Now you're ready for the drums, mate.
Oh, but the electric drum kits are actually quite small. To be fair, the electric drum kit is probably just as big as that keyboard and could probably sit in like a corner. So I'm gonna put it in the lounge and like shove it in the corner and be like.
Yeah, nice.
I feel sorry for Daryl's keyboard. I think he's just gonna collect dust. He hasn't practiced with it at all.
When did you buy it?
Like last week. He hasn't touched it.
In a week.
In a week.
That's kind of.
Yeah.
Especially because normally when you buy something, you want to just use it straight away.
Yeah, like it would be weird if I like bought my 3D printer and then just like shoved it in a corner for a week.
Yeah, that
and
is
then went,
weird.
oh yeah, maybe I'll use it.
Yeah, that is weird.
No, that's not getting used. It's not getting used, mate. His keyboard, he's fucked. He's not going to use it. But basically, I was watching some guitar video, and this was like basic beginner stuff. So I'm like, all right, I can watch this stuff, and it is so beginnery. It's like, make sure you do this, and you don't hit the other, like you're not doing this. But then he was like, I mean, to be fair, for like what it wasn't bad for like beginners, because what the book is telling me to do is like try and do. My learn to play guitar book is basically saying play E minor like this, and then move down a string. And then add in another finger. So you're technically using 3 fingers, right? Which is this. And then I have to mute this. I have to mute this string at the top. So I have to do this. See, G chord's quite annoying. Random tunes, I guess. But the fact of it is that this guy was only doing stuff with 1 finger, which is pretty good for a beginner, because then all they need to use is 1 string and 1 finger. Something like that. He was like teaching them to play something like 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 0, or something like that. Or 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 5, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Picking those not easy.
Yeah, I bet.
You start off doing this. That's a lot. I think this is used a lot in Spanish guitars. So it's like. Like diddly.
Yeah.
Diddly. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying. This chord is so stupid. It's called C major, and it's the most stupidest chord I've ever seen.
Really? It's like the first chord you learn on piano.
It's like, look at this. Look at this. Where the fuck are my fingers meant to go? It's like 1, 2, 3, all on this fret, like here. I may as well just fucking do that. Like seriously, why do I have to jam all 3 of my fingers in 1 spot like that? and then I mute this. But look, I always manage to hit this fucking string. This string should be playing, but because all my fucking fingers are in this small fucking spot, I can't fucking, the E's not coming out. So, but if I do this, right, maybe if I did something like that, hang on, if I just use this finger and just say something like that, watch. That's probably a C. That's probably a C. I don't know if it is. Why would you use all three fingers and clamp them together like that? There's some stuff I'm just like this also doesn't make sense. It's like, you go from, so you're playing E minor, right, which is this. And the reason why apparently you play it like this is that so your first finger can go onto this string and play E, the regular E. So this is E minor, and this is E. So it's a bit different.
E major. Is it E minor or major?
Well, this is an E major. So this is E major, this is E minor. Right?
Yeah.
But if I want to play, let's say for example I want to swap to the D chord, I have to move my whole hand to come over here, and I have to do so much movement with my fingers. But if I was doing it like this, and I wanted to go into a G chord, it's so easy. But if I'm here, and then I have to, like, some stuff just doesn't make sense, like why they teach you to play something a certain way, because then shuffling to the other chord is then harder.
I think that's like fundamentals, but then as you develop, you find what works best for you.
Well, like this for example, right? Most people play power chords like this, right? They use their third finger, right? But then what happens is, you can see my hand, I don't know if you can really see it from over here, but my hand is kind of stretched. You can see like that, look, it's kind of stretched over. But look, my pinky finger, which is my little finger, can go perfectly there. Look, now look, my hand is not stretched. It's perfectly where it is. So I play power chords with my pinky. I'm the power pinky. And that's just how I learned. I just found that more comfortable. So I power chord with my pinky.
Like, even with like the sheet music and stuff or piano, there's some bits because there's someone's about the fingering, like what how you
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3,
I'm like,
4.
there's on the rare occasion I'm just like, why would I play it like this when I can just do it like this instead?
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Like whoever composes or whoever does the course or teaches you or whatever, they'll have their way of doing it, and maybe you'll agree with like 90% of whatever they do. But then you get these odd things where it's just like, I'm not playing this like this, I'm going to do it this way instead.
Yeah, because look, if I'm here, so I want to go to like a D, if I want to go to D, which is this, it's so much easier to have my fingers here and then swap like that, versus this, and then I have to like move my hand. So, I don't know. Some stuff makes sense, like this guy was like, oh yeah, so if you play like a, I don't know, like this A power chord, transition into this or something. I don't know, but maybe it's here. Come on, maybe it's that. No. Yeah, but metal uses lots of opens. So if you're using lots of opens, you don't. This is weird with metal, in the sense of like a lot of traditional music, they'll kind of like clamp their hand to the guitar and they just won't move it. But because metal plays lots of opens, which is just open strings, you can't keep your hand clamped there if you want to play an open string. Otherwise it just sounds like this. It doesn't sound good. Like disturbs it. Like this indestructible is like. So you want to not have like anything here. So it's like metal has lots of finger movement, like up and down. Like lots of like there was one song which is like what is it? 579 or something? I don't know, there was some song where you just literally clamp the entire way through, and you just move it up and down, and you just play the strings like individually as you're clamped. But it's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel nice, it doesn't feel natural to like clamp your hand with the guitar. Like, I think metal in general is just like, it's all about going up and down, like feeling the guitar, just going up and down, rather than just like, and having freedom with your fingers, rather than just, I'm just going to clamp my hand to this and then like, I don't know, let's do like a, like this for example, like just keep doing something like this, just, I don't know, like let's have like a D. Is that right? No, that wasn't right, that's right. I need to go further. Why would you, I don't know. yeah, so far, like, there's more chords to learn, but in the grand scheme of things, like, I'm not going to use half of them. Like, most, like, this chord, maybe. But then I'll just transition it into one finger. Because metal uses lots of, like, they're called bar chords.
Bar chords, okay.
Which is basically, I don't know why they're called bar chords. Basically, well, that's what I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but basically it's just one finger doing a lot of the work. So like, for example, instead of just playing this, play this. Okay, it doesn't really sound as chunky. I'm trying to give you an example. Whoa. So everything down, turn the reverb off, thank you. So instead of this, oh, I need more volume. Something like that. This. Can't use it. Versus one finger. That's more chunky.
That's great, nice, yes. Right.
Yeah, see, so you can chunky stuff up by just adding, chunky it up. So basically I'm playing the exact same thing, I'm just adding an extra string and I'm using the same finger. Instead of doing one string, I'm doing two strings. So that's it, that's all you're doing. Just, they're called bar chords. The metal does that a lot, like. That's from like Chimera or something, it's like da 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 da. That's something else I just randomly remembered. And then there's that, I think this is the Halo chorus.
Yeah.
I need to write some. I don't know. That's like else I just randomly remembered, because I've probably played it to death. Yeah. It's a shame you're left-handed, man. Shame you're a lefty like Daryl. Otherwise I'd teach you guitar. Just a chorus or something. Off. Oh God.
In piano, it's called a glissando.
Yeah.
So, I think it's the same tone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's tapping as well. I can't do it very well. That's when they do some of the solos. They do tap. Yeah, that crazy fast rhythm. Yeah, it's like that. I can't do it very well, but I did a little bit of tapping back in the day. Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff you can do with guitar.
Yeah, I
Like
bet there
chords.
is. Yeah.
And then on the strings as well, like here, like 2 strings. Yeah, see some stuff you can't do that on keyboard.
No, you
can do some
can't.
funky stuff on guitar. They call it hammer on and hammer off. Hammer off. You don't actually go. You're not going. You go.
Ah, I see, yeah.
You have slides. So Indestructible starts with a slide. I think it's. And Stricken is starts with a down slide, I think. So you're not actually playing the note, you're just letting the, I guess, the vibrations from one. It's like O2, for example, would be. So you're playing like, almost like a half a note. So they call it hammering on and then hammering off. So this is a hammer on. This is a hammer off. Hammer on. Hammer off. So that stuff I can still remember. And then obviously the harmonics. Now it's like, I don't know, it's called vibrato. And it's a bit like a pull. But you do it like at an angle. So it's not going up and down all the time. So it's not like that. It's more like.
Oh, yeah, I see.
It's a bit different.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I haven't practiced it, so I know how to do it. But basically, instead of doing this motion, you're going like it's kind of tilting.
Yeah.
And the reason why apparently you do it is that if you do this, you might, in theory, get your string out of tune. So you've pulled it too much. But if you do this, it's kind of like it still sounds in tune. But I can only do it with this finger. Pinky ball. But then there's also lots of stuff that I need to work on as a guitarist. For example, like when I first started playing, or for quite a long time actually, I didn't actually know this, is that you want to have the tip of your finger on the string, rather than kind of like the flat part of your finger.
Alright.
So you don't want this. You want more. And you want to be as close to the fret as possible. So it's like here, or here. To prevent vibration. Let me try here. So if I just use the flat, it doesn't sound as good as if I use the tip. So I can put way more pressure on. I put way more pressure on here. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, so you want to use the tips of your fingers to press down. So that's what I need to work on. I need to get like my fingers more on the tips, tippy tips, rather than just trying to be a bit lazy and using flats.
Yeah, must be more.
So even when you're playing like this, like even if I'm playing, I'm trying to make sure I'm not doing this.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm trying Oh fuck. Yeah. There we go. Don't want to kill someone. A bit of chorus going or something? I can't remember. There we go. The noise apparently wants to. Turn down a bit. Wrong one. Ah, see. See, stuff like that. It's just like, that's pretty much like what most acoustic guitar is. You're just swapping between chords, and that's it. So, yeah. We're done. That could be my like half an hour of practice.
It was, yeah, you're not far from